Hello, that's Halo with the Armageddon Report. Tropical Cyclone Evan is the big news, but first we're going to talk about the easier things. So first there's South Indian Ocean. We've got Tropical Cyclone Claudia, who's predicted to turn extratropical sometime in the next 12 hours, I believe, as per the JTWC. Also, Météo France in the Reunion Island, they're saying the same thing. It might be similar timelines. So both of them saying it's going to convert over into not a tropical cyclone soon. And then there's this low chance of tropical cyclone formation in the next 24 hours. That's per the JTWC. If you actually read the tropical cyclone outlook per Fiji's meteorological service, they have it as very low. So both places saying probably not going to turn into something. So this is tropical cyclone Evan. Evan is actually predicted, it's not quite clear since things are wrapping the international dateline, but Evan is actually predicted to, Evan's approximately here, going to curve back around and hit Fiji. But before that, there's the Western Samoa and American Samoa threat. Now, this is where I show my ignorance of geography. I was unable to find any meteorological, or National Weather Service type thing for Western Samoa. However, in American Samoa, they have, and apparently I'm going to go with Pago. I have no idea how that's pronounced. There is an NWS office. So the US National Weather Service has an office out there. So you can actually see it in terms of what you'd see if you're familiar with the United States weather. So there are in American Samoa in presumably all of this, but the storm warning is what's actually the only colour shown. But there's areas under hurricane watch, high surf advisory, small craft advisory, and storm warning. And if you speak Samoan, apparently that's how you say hurricane watch. No fu sunny you. I had no idea, not even going to try. So that is American Samoa, so they are under hurricane watch and a storm warning as of the moment. So Evan, again, predicted to curve back around. So Fiji, if you go to their website, you can click on that to, not that one, click on that one, latest media release, where they talk about the threats to Fiji. So Sunday is when they're expecting it to start affecting the waters of Fiji or whatnot. Now, what note I'll make is when I think they call things a Category 2, I believe their scale is a little bit different if you're familiar with, like, the hurricane scale of the National Hurricane Center. I believe a Category 2 is actually, a Category 2 tropical cyclone is a weaker storm than a Category 2 hurricane. But I've not been able to officially find a chart yet. But, so, however, if you go on here, this is based on the JTWC data. They actually do have it getting as high as a Category 2 hurricane. However, as of the last time that I saw the Fiji Meteorological Service, they only had it getting as high as, I believe, the equivalent of a tropical storm. So JTWC is predicting it to become stronger. Fiji Meteorological Service not predicting it to become as strong. But I should also add, the Fiji Meteorological Service thing drops off right about here. So the JTWC path extends further out in time, if that makes any sense. Basically, the JTWC forecast goes way more hours into the future than Fiji Meteorological Service's forecast. So, yes. So, definite, or I shouldn't say definite, things could always change, but Tropical Cyclone Evan affects to Western Samoa, American Samoa, and Fiji at some point in the future. Let's see if there is a satellite loop on this storm. Since we have satellite loops of, or not loops, but imagery from the West Pacific and the Indian Basin, but nothing right now on the map for the South Pacific. There you go. There is where Tropical Cyclone Evan is right now. So, yes, obviously want to keep an eye on for that one, but that is what is going on right now with those tropical cyclones. Yes, that is what is happening in the world of tropical cyclones. US severe weather, let's talk about stuff that isn't really happening. In fact, we're only going to talk about today, because that's only at 5%. Actually, no, let's pull it up. So, we'll talk about that. I lied. So, here's today. There's the wind threat. 58 miles per hour and greater. I believe it's also known as 50 knots and greater. So 5% chance. Florida is basically it. No chance of hail. Or it's not predicted. I shouldn't say there's no chance of hail. Very low chance. Very low chance of a tornado. So not predicted today. So that's pretty much it. But no Mesosphere discussions, watches in effect or warnings. Tomorrow, nothing. And then day 3, here's your outlook area. So, smidge of Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, smidge of Missouri, Louisiana, and a whole bunch of Texas. It's actually almost all of Oklahoma, isn't it? But just a 5%. So, You know, given the way the things are going in the winter time so far, that could mean that maybe by the time day 3 rolls around, there'll be nothing, or maybe a bit upgraded. But the likelihood that, you know, it would turn into like a tornado outbreak type day is not very great, right? I don't know. I shouldn't predict these things because I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. Actually, that's like 99.9% of the time. Right, so SevereWeatherTV.com is the official homepage of this screencast. Wicked Wicks is WICKEDWX.com. Cyclone is CYCLOCANE.com. That's it for today. I will say that I am hoping to figure out how to put like the JTWC data with the Fiji Meteorological Service. Figure out some intelligent way of being able to show both, you know. So if you want to say, okay, this organization, they're expecting this and that it's going to go this way, because it would be definitely interesting to be able to compare those things. But if you just overlay them on the map, it's really confusing. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, off that tangent, that is it for today. Hopefully you're staying safe out there and enjoy your day.